Yo, what up, YouTube? Hope you're doing fine. I'm not. I injured my leg. That's the reason why I didn't upload yesterday. I was feeling down, no motivation at all, and I had hella pain. Still have. So, today's video that I create will be a little bit shorter. But my question is for this video, does the US and everybody else believe everything they've been told? I mean, like, let's be honest here for a minute. Ali Khamenei was killed by an Israeli airstrike, apparently, and Israel announced his death. Now Trump's announcing it. That's a very suspicious way. But let's go. Like, comment, and subscribe, turn on notification, do all that good stuff. Let's go.
Trump just posted on Truth Social moments ago. He wrote this: Iran just stated that they are going to hit very hard today, harder than they have ever been hit before. They better not do that, however, because if they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. That is coming from the president at this hour. This comes as Iran is issuing.
Yeah, they're all eager to bomb Iran. And like the last video I made on that topic, and I researched and I couldn't find anything else. And of course, because I have almost no subscriber, nobody's talking to me. So we gotta find another way. I gotta do more research because I'm not quite sure about Iran anymore. Like I said previously, some news outlets stated that there was like 20k plus dead from reporters. Apparently, some CIA officers who were put into the crowd to generate chaos, pushing people on a purpose into a killing zone and stuff like that. It has USA all written over it. And Iran posted a picture of the devil leading, who was it? Trump, Bush, Jeffrey Epstein at the forefront, I'm not quite sure. So, and they're calling them out as pedophiles. The Iranian government is like the only one who does that. And since like 25 years, Bibi Netanyahu always wanted to bomb Iran. No president said yes until Trump. So there's a conflict of interest, in my opinion. Something is just not adding up. It's definitely not. I'm not quite sure how to handle that and how to transform that thought into content. So I really want to know what you guys think, but we'll be here in the next video with still 0 subscribers, still 0 comments on my videos. But that's fine, man. I'm doing it for the love of the game.
More threats after U.S. and Israeli forces launched an attack, killing their supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei.
Israel and the United States have attacked Iran. They have violated international law and the Charter of the United Nations. They must be held accountable. So
Don't come at the US with accountability. They don't know that word. And Israel must be held accountable. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, like Iran, you're some sort of blind. The whole world's trying to force US and Israel into a state of accountability. God damn. Not quite sure where that will lead us.
long as this aggression continues, Iran will continue to exercise its inherent right of self-defense firmly, proportionately, and without hesitation until the aggression ends.
And now there are concerns that Iran could use their terror proxies to attack Americans on U.S.
Looks like that idiot is back on top with an opinion. Bro, I can't take Kash Patel serious at all. At all. I just can't.
Soil. FBI Director Kash Patel instructing counterterrorism and intelligence teams to be on high alert and mobilize all security assets needed, while the NYPD also on high alert and will be increasing patrols throughout that city.
Yeah. Martial law. You got a military state now. oof, sometimes I'm so glad that I'm not in the U.S., man. Man, I mean, there's so many things that just feel off and shouldn't be done. There's so many things. And the U.S. is known for its shady way of doing things. Let's be honest. I'm calling it out. Even though it's a great nation, there's great people, countryside, everything is beautiful. But when I think about the U.S. of A, I think of the CIA of A.
Joining us now is Jacob Oladort. He is a chief research officer at the American First Policy Institute, former CIA officer and former Middle East advisor at the DoD in President Trump's first term. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I want to just ping off out of this news with the president warning Iran not to escalate. The Ayatollah is dead. The Iranian state media announced that a few hours ago. So this is all
Not
very
believing
fresh
it. Maybe
in
he
Iran
is.
right now.
Maybe he is. But the best way to sneak up on your enemy is to make him think they already won. So, but yeah, we're talking about Israel and the United States against Iran. Iran has not a big of a chance. Let's be honest. Even though I'm not a fan of Iran, but I'm not a fan of how U.S. and co is handling that situation, or like any situation at that point, right? Like there's some discrepancies, and I don't like it all the time. But like U.S. has a major force, but I always say it like that. Look, man. I don't know where that will lead us with everything. The thing is, we got three big nations, three superpowers, right? First superpower, US of A. Second superpower, Russia. Third, China. These are the three. And now listen to it. China, quiet as a motherfucker. That's the sleeping beast. You don't want to wake it. Russia. Russia is the enemy. The bad guy. You're not listening to him, right? Why would you? So you're listening to the apparent hero of the story. That makes you this. I'm sorry. But I just think, yeah, the US is the only one like a bully in the media. We are the best superpower and stuff like that. We're leading in the AI race with China. We have everything and nothing to lose. We are the best. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? China is leading in every aspect. Maybe not every. They got the people, they got the technology, and they got the brain. Let's be honest, man. Every time you see a Chinese man in in your studies, in your university and whatever, they're always better than the average. They are. That country is just built different, on different principles, different cultural. They lay priority on other things than the U.S. and the Western civilization. Western civilization is falling apart. It really is. I'm not quite sure how long that will hold on. And if the U.S. is saying China, we better and stronger than them, China is hella quiet, man. They got 1.4 billion fucking people. That's three times the size of U.S. I don't wanna see their military force, but they showcase some of the weapons they newly designed for the world if they want to test China. So China stands behind Russia. China does not stand behind the US. Of course, Trump's got to be in the media trying to, like a salesman, convince everybody from the opposite. Yeah. You shouldn't be even able to think about the other things. Like if China is China better? Is China stronger? Is Russia better? Is Russia stronger? They did it with Yugoslavia. I'm Serbian and I love the US. But on the same side I hate it. I hate it. Because there were stories that the US always perpetrated to the news. That country is bad. We got it invaded. And for example, with ex-Yugoslavia, they held, they held they held very good on their own. Trump, Putin is doing the same. You think Putin and his society is in a collapse? They're mostly thriving. You think he gives a shit about terrorists and all the Western billion tech companies and whatsoever leaving Russia? You think he gives a shit if Apple is in Russia? You think he gives a shit if PaySafe, Burger King, McDonald's, these stuff and thing? No, he doesn't. He called them out as pedophilic cannibals. I see similarities. That's why I cannot judge Iran anymore. I don't know, man. I mean, the people scream for change, so then I believe it. But still, maybe the people are not really the people of Iran.
How do you think they respond today as they threaten to really hit harder?
Well, it's great to be with you on this historic event. Look, Iran so far has been responding through its usual playbook. We've seen over the last 3 years of volleying these huge barrages of missiles and drones, making big threats. Of course, the question becomes their capability and really what they have right now at the moment in this hour of desperation. The question for me, too, we've never seen Iran this weak or this desperate. And so it's a little bit like with a caged wild animal. You never know. There's an unpredictability factor there. So I think it's a lot of all eyes waiting and trying to see what's going to happen next. But so far, I think Iran is so weakened that I think it's all desperation at the moment.
You know, we've been really lucky here at home because we haven't seen a large-scale attack from Iran, and others have. You know, Israel constantly suffers from attacks from Iranian proxies. This is the UN ambassador.
But I get it. Tel Aviv was hit.
From Israel, explaining just how brutal the regime has been and how it targets civilians all the time. Watch.
As we speak, in the last hour, a rocket targeted the city of Tel Aviv. Civilians, they don't target military bases. Civilians struck a building in Tel Aviv. An innocent woman was killed, and 21 people were injured. This is a regime that destabilizes wherever it reaches. It spreads violence outward while crushing freedom at home.
Yeah, but you guys too, man.
It is not reacting. It is expanding. It is a machinery of radicalism that does not recognize borders.
100% a Zionist.
Jacob, what is
Bro, I'm not with it.
I'm
just not with it. I'm not believing it. I'm sorry.
Well, absolutely. As the ambassador said,
not gonna fly
really
with
the
me.
depravity of this regime and that it knows no limits and no recognition of human life. What we saw, for example, on October 7th, Hamas's actions, that is just a small expression of the scale of evil that this regime represents. And you hear reports of it as well over the last few weeks in Tehran, in the streets of Iran there, of how they treat their citizens, putting people alive in body bags and so forth. So I think, to your question, I think that the risk and the real threat here is the attacks on soft targets, on faith community centers, certainly on personnel and bases, but particularly on the easy targets for them, the sleeper cells, as well as the global terror network that Iran
I gotta educate myself
for
on that
almost
one.
5 decades now.
I don't believe it.
We'll keep an
They're
eye
showing
on it.
pictures and everything just to make their opinion and their statement stronger. Quite 100% with it.
Jacob Oladart, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm out too.